Should the list of migrant hotels be made public? Well, despite the government keeping it a major secret, it turns out that a massive 99% of you would like the list to be made publicly available. And still, it's never seen the light of day. Because we're not allowed to know where these migrant hotels are, it's simply kept a secret. Which is not surprising, as everything else the government does is kept secret from the public. But to you, this probably feels different. Because they can have the Downing Street parties and they can keep those a secret from you and me. However, these migrant hotels and the current crisis is causing a ripple effect for your kids and mine. So it's a bit more than a regular secret. In fact, these migrant hotels are changing the UK day by day, so I'm not surprised that 99% of us are in complete agreement. But why do they keep these hotels so secret? Well, it may have something to do with the very high standards of some of these hotels. Because most were 3-star and some were 4, but occasionally, as a so-called last resort, even some 5-star hotels were used to house half the planet, all paid for by the taxpayer, and we can't see the list. And look, I'm guessing that the government are just trying to protect people, because they know full well that plenty would turn up and it wouldn't be to make a reservation, which I would not recommend doing. So let's give them the benefit of the doubt and just say the government are being nice. Well, that leaves 2 major problems when it comes to keeping the list secret. One, if they're trying to protect the migrants, where's our protection? Because all of these hotels have an open door and most of them are centrally located. And on top of that, they get free roam of the entire UK. These migrants can go anywhere at any time with most of the travel funded by the taxpayer. And number 2, well, it's pretty much summed up by this comment here. He's ironically named Wrong Thinker, but he's actually pretty accurate. He says anything that is publicly funded should be 100% transparent. And that guy got it in one. Because it's your money and it's your society. These are your towns and it's your public services. So I do feel that we have a right to know. But will the government ever make it public? Well, again, no. Because as most of you guys saw, the government recently ended the contracts of up to 50 migrant hotels in the UK. They're closing and they're no longer available to the randoms, just the regular public. But do we even get a list of the hotels that are closing? Absolutely not. We get told to swivel and we're not allowed to talk about it. Again, these are ex-migrant hotels, but they still won't give us that list whatever the cost. In fact, the government just think that you can change the sheets and call it a day. But personally, I think the British public is a little bit smarter than that and I don't think they're going to accept it. It just takes people like all of us to keep stirring that pot. Which is why it makes sense to subscribe to Clown World. Because can you imagine the impact that we can all have when hundreds of thousands of people can see this daily dose of hypocrisy? You can help me stir that pot and you can help cause real change. And thank you for checking out this video on screen, because I think the subject might be even worse than this video.
This country has gone crazy.